So, you're standing there, minding your own business, maybe checking your phone, maybe thinking about food. Life is doing its usual boring thing. And somewhere very far away, someone pressed a button. Not a big dramatic red button, by the way. Probably just a regular, disappointing-looking button. Humanity really undersells its worst decisions. Now here's the part movies lie to you about. You do not get a heroic, incoming missile moment. No time to look up, squint dramatically at the sky, and whisper, so this is how it ends. Nope. If it's a modern missile, it's moving faster than sound. That means the explosion shows up before the sound does. Physics basically skips the intro. From your perspective, it's less event and more reality suddenly glitches. One moment, you exist. Next moment, your brain is trying to process a pressure wave that hit you before it even knew something was wrong. The blast wave is the real main character here. Not fire. Not the cool Hollywood explosion ball. Just air. Very angry, very fast air. It hits like the universe just clapped right next to your face. Your ears? Yeah, they're not fans of that. Eardrums can go from working fine to we're done here instantly. Your lungs, also not designed for sudden pressure spikes, basically file a complaint and shut down operations. And here's the weird part, the brain doesn't go, ah yes, I am in danger. It goes, what just happened? Because everything is happening too fast for fear to even clock in for its shift. If you're close enough, there's no dramatic pain sequence. No slow realization. It's more like your system gets overloaded and just stops processing properly. If you're a bit farther away, that's when things get chaotic instead of instantaneous, loud shock, disorientation, ringing ears, your brain trying to reboot like an old computer. Have you tried turning consciousness off and on again? And then there's fragmentation, tiny, fast-moving pieces of metal doing their worst impression of a very unfair lottery. That's actually what causes a lot of injuries and explosions, not the fireball people expect. Speaking of fire, yeah, it's there, but it's not the star of the show unless you're extremely close. The blast and pressure do most of the heavy lifting. Now zooming out for a second, the biggest theme here is speed. This isn't minutes. This isn't even proper seconds. This is milliseconds. The kind of timing where your brain doesn't narrate, doesn't panic, doesn't monologue. It just gets interrupted. No dramatic music. No slow fade. Just a very abrupt cut to black or, if you're farther away, a very confused what just, followed by chaos. Dark. Yeah. But also a reminder, a lot of the worst things humans build don't feel like big cinematic moments when they happen. They feel like nothing had time to explain itself. So, rewind half a second. Nothing feels different yet. No warning ping. No dramatic soundtrack. Just normal life doing its thing, breathing, thinking, existing like you've done a million times before. And then physics happens. Not loudly. Not politely. Just, instantly. That blast wave we talked about. It doesn't arrive like a guest. It replaces the air you're in for a split second. Pressure spikes, your body reacts before your brain even gets the memo, and for a moment everything is just overwhelmed. If you're close enough, your brain doesn't get time to narrate anything. No inner voice going, oh wow, that's a missile. It's more like someone unplugged the storyteller mid-sentence. Lights on, lights off. Now, if you're a bit farther away, this is where things get weird instead of immediate. There's a flash, your brain tries to label it. Lightning. Camera. Bad idea. It doesn't quite land on an answer. Then the delay. Because sound is slower. Always has been. It's basically the procrastinator of physics. So for a fraction of a second, maybe a full second depending on distance, the world looks wrong before it sounds wrong. And then the boom finally shows up like it's late to the party but still wants attention. Not a clean boom, either. It's layered. A crack, a thump, a rolling pressure that you don't just hear, you feel it in your chest, like your ribs got tapped by something invisible and very confident. Your ears ring. Not the cute, I was at a loud concert, kind. More like your brain replaced all audio with a high-pitched error tone. You try to orient yourself. Vision's still there, but it's shaky. Dust, debris, things moving that definitely weren't moving a second ago. And your brain is doing its best impression of a confused intern. Okay, situation unclear, instructions missing, why is everything sideways? People don't usually scream immediately. That's another movie myth. First comes confusion. Then the slow, creeping realization that something is very, very wrong. If you're indoors, it's even messier. Shockwaves bounce. Walls that were doing a great job being walls suddenly reconsider their career choices. Windows? Gone. Furniture? Now part-time projectiles. Outdoors, there's less bouncing, but nowhere to hide from the open-air pressure wave. It just rolls through like it owns the place, because, for that moment, it does. Now here's something people don't think about: your brain hates incomplete information. So it starts filling in gaps. What just happened? Was that close? Am I okay? And the answer doesn't come quickly, because your senses are all temporarily unreliable. Hearing's shot, balance is off, adrenaline is kicking in like, hey, I'm late but I brought chaos. Time starts doing that weird stretch thing. A few seconds feel longer because your brain is trying to process way too much, way too fast. And somewhere in all that, reality settles into a new, unwanted version of itself. No cinematic clarity. No clean explanation. Just fragments, of sound, of thought, of surroundings. And that's kind of the uncomfortable truth about it. It's not one dramatic moment. It's a very fast disruption, followed, if you're far enough away, by a slow, confusing attempt to understand what just replaced your normal. Now imagine you're still there, but a few seconds later. Not in the movie slow motion way. In the real way, where your brain is trying to stitch reality back together like a corrupted file. Your hearing is still doing that high-pitched ringing thing. Not silence, worse than silence. It's like your ears are stuck buffering. You blink a couple times. Vision comes back in pieces. Shapes first, then motion, then meaning. And your brain is still behind. Because it's asking questions faster than it can answer them. Was that one explosion? Is there another? Am I hurt? Why does everything feel off? You check yourself, almost instinctively. Hands, arms, chest. Not a full inspection, just a quick system check like, are we still operational? Adrenaline is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. It's the world's worst painkiller and best temporary liar. You might feel okay even if you're not. Or you might feel everything all at once. There's no consistency, just your body trying to cope in real time. Around you, things are still settling. Dust hanging in the air like the world just exhaled too hard. Small sounds start creeping back in, distant echoes, things falling, maybe voices, maybe not. It's like audio slowly fading back into a broken speaker. And then your brain does something very human. It tries to make this make sense. But it can't, because moments like this don't come with explanations. There's no narrator, no subtitle saying, missile strike occurred. Just the aftermath, and you standing in it, trying to catch up to a reality that already moved on without asking. And here's the strangest part. A few minutes ago, everything was normal. Predictable. Boring, even. Now your brain is permanently marking this moment as a before and after. Before this, life was one thing. After this, it's something else entirely. Not because of what you felt in that instant. But because of how suddenly everything changed. That's really the core of it. Not drama, not slow realization, not some deep final monologue. Just speed, faster than fear, faster than understanding, faster than your brain can even say, wait. And yeah, that's the part nobody puts in the movies. No heroic soundtrack, no slow motion realization, just a very fast reminder that physics does not care about your plans for tomorrow. On this channel, we break down the worst case scenarios, not so you can fear them, but so you understand how real they actually are, and maybe appreciate the quiet, uneventful moments a little more, because honestly, a boring day is undefeated. Now, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, first of all, impressive. Either you're deeply curious, slightly concerned, or just enjoy being emotionally sideswiped by reality at inconvenient hours. Respect. Second, go ahead and hit subscribe. Not in a sell your soul kind of way. More like a, hey, let's keep learning about terrible things from a safe distance instead of experiencing them firsthand kind of way. Trust me, this is one of those situations where watching is way better than participating. Also, subscribing is free, which is great, because unlike missiles, this channel does not come with unexpected impact. And hey, if nothing else, stick around for the dark humor. It's cheaper than therapy and slightly more consistent. I'll be here, breaking down the worst ways things can go wrong, so you don't have to find out the hard way.